great poet, and I would like to think also a friend of long years standing, and that is Michael Longley. Michael is one of the paramount stars in that great constellation of poets that came out of Northern Ireland just before, during, and I hope now I can safely say finally, after the Troubles. He's collected oeuvre over a period of 32 years since the appearance of his first book, No Continuing City, in 1969, has safely put him amongst the greatest Irish poets of his time, and a power to be reckoned with, both on the national and international scene. His first book was, as I said, No Continuing City in 1969. He continued publishing with An Exploded View, 1973, Man Lying on a Wall, The Echo Gate, and these books were collected in his selected poems published in 1985. During this time, he also did a 20-year-long stint with the Arts Council of Northern Ireland. And to many of us now, and to many more in the future, it will be very clear that he was one of the people whose benign and guiding presence really made a difference. While in that institution, he put in place many progressive programs, including the literature program, the traditional music program, and the arts and education program. With his now deceased colleague in the South, the late lamented Lara Cassidy, he pioneered cross-border cooperation and in many ways prepared the way for much of the work that is now being carried out under the aegis of the peace process. When he finally retired from the Arts Council of Northern Ireland, there came a veritable cloudburst of poetry. This produced 3 volumes in a very short period. Those were Gorse Fires, which won the Whitbread Prize, The Ghost Orchid, and the most recent volume, which is The Weather in Japan, which has won both the Hawthorne Prize and the T.S. Eliot Award, which is the most prestigious prize in what is euphemistically called our islands. His great sonnet, Ceasefire, is one of the great marker poems of the 1990s, being published as it was in the Irish Times just as peace was breaking out. This poem has galvanized a whole generation and shown many of us that it is with our enemies we must make peace and enter into negotiations. I think that it and many other of Michael Longley's great poems over the last 30 years have been an example, Pace Odin, of poetry really making something happen. His greatest poems are love poems and elegies. Though he does a fine line in nature poems also, the kind of birds and these sort of things that personally I have a great weakness for. Still, Eros and Thanatos are the deepest of his muses. And in the end, what else is there? Ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, please welcome Michael Longley.
Thanks a lot, Luna. And it's very nice to be among friends again in Villanova, right here in 97. And it was funny hearing David Norris's name. He puts on a great performance. Basically, what I do is I stand up and I build the poems out with an introduction. I don't perform them. I actually really hate the way actors read poetry. I think in a way the poems exist on the page and should exist, be heard in the mind. A poem is launched from the mouth and finds its resting place in the ear. And that I've written them and in the circumstances of this, what I do is I really voice them with some kind of explanation in between poems in order to break the rhythms, but also, I suppose, if since most people in the room will be hearing the poems for the first time, 61, well, 61 and three quarters, I feel in a strange kind of way as though I'm just beginning. And I was talking to Seamus Heaney a couple of years ago, and both he and I are, occasionally congratulated in print on what's known as our technique. And I said to Heaney, really, I don't have much of an idea what I'm doing ever. And he said, no, it's the same with me. And isn't it funny, to be congratulated on one's technique? I think what I do is I fiddle. I don't ever know what I was going to say. Otherwise, there'd be no point in writing. The poem is a kind of exploration, and I just work at it until it sounds and feels okay. So I'd like to go back to the early days, to a poem which began when I was a student at Trinity College, Dublin. I'm going to read a little suite of love poems which stretch over the years. And this is 2 5-line stanzas. And they were born when I was walking along as a student at the Grand Canal in Dublin, and I sat down on a lovely spring day like today, and 2 swans, much to my delight, in front of me proceeded to mate. And this is really quite balletic. It deserves Tchaikovsky's music rather than my words. The cob, that's the beautiful name for the male swan, and the pen, that's his mate. They come together, and gradually their heads wave up and down in and out of the water. And then they synchronize their movements. This all lasts quite a long time. And then the cob puts his neck over the pen, and then he treads her so that she is under the water at the moment of ignition. And it's astonishingly beautiful, and it deserved a poem which in my amorous youth I wrote. So here it is, Swan's Mating. Even now I wish that you had been there, sitting beside me on the river bank, the cob and his pen sailing in rhythm until their small heads met, and the final heraldic moment dissolved in ripples. This was a marriage and a baptism, a holding of breath, nearly a drowning. Wings spread wide for balance where he trod, her feathers full of water, and her neck under the water like a bar of light. And I'm doing an anthology, a kind of sampler of about 100 20th century Irish poems for Faber. And I'm not including myself. The 2 conditions from the editor were that I make it as personal as possible and that I include myself. But I'm not going to include myself, because I think you can only include poems by which you can be objective. But if I were to include one poem by myself, it would be the next one. And I like it because it's a love poem. It seems to me love poetry is at the heart of things, at the heart of my particular enterprise for sure. And this is a love poem called The Linen Industry, and I wrote it in 1977 in my 30s. It's 6 quatrains, and it derives its imagery from the linen industry, which there were a lot of laborious processes involved in the manufacture of linen. You have to pull the flax up by hand, for instance. You build it into stooks, lay it out in rock so that the height of summer it would appear that there'd been a fall of snow. The linen industry. Pulling up flax after the blue flowers have fallen, and laying on handfuls in the peaty water to rot those grasses to the bone, or building stooks that recall the skirts of an invisible dancer, we become a part of the linen industry and follow its processes to the grubby town, where fields are compacted into window boxes, and there is little room among the big machines. But even in our attic under the skylight, we make love on a bleached green, the whole meadow draped with material turning white in the sun, as though snow reluctant to melt were our attire. What's passion but a battering of stubborn stalks, then a gentle combing out of fibres like hair, and a weaving of these into christening robes, into garments for a marriage or funeral. Since it's like a bereavement once the labour's done, to find ourselves last workers in a dying trade. Let flax be our matchmaker, our undertaker, the provider of sheets for whatever the bed. And be shy at your breasts in the presence of death. Say that you look more beautiful in linen, wearing white petticoats, the bow on your bodice, a butterfly attending the embroidered flowers. And home with an American background. When I was in Pennsylvania, I visited Lancaster County, and I brought back an Amish rug. And I suppose the thing which struck me about this artifact was its colourfulness. It's a rainbow burst of material, and it's in strange contrast with the clothes and the lifestyle of the Amish. And this is a 12-line poem with 3 quatrains about this Amish rug, which to this day is in our bedroom at home. This is, I suppose, previous poem you could call it an erotic love poem. This is more, an Amish rug is more a domestic love poem. An Amish rug. As if a one-room schoolhouse were all we knew, and our clothes were black, our underclothes black, married, a horse and buggy going to church, and the children silhouettes in a snowy field. I bring you this patchwork like a small holding, where I served as the hired boy behind the harrow. Its threads the colour of cantaloupe and cherry, securing hay bales, corn cobs, tobacco leaves. You may hang it on the wall, a cathedral window, or lay it out on the floor beside our bed, so that whenever we undress for sleep or love, we shall step over it as over a flower bed. And then, as one gets older, I think the challenge to write love poetry should be ignored. And here's a love poem about love in age, although it's not about me. It's about a scene I witnessed when I was walking around the leafy suburbs of Belfast on a sunny summer's evening, and I was peeping in at what people were getting up to in their gardens, and there was this scene which was full of amorous promise, I thought, and scissor ceremony. What they are doing makes their garden feel like a big room. I spy on them through the hedge, through 100 keyholes. He sits in a deck chair. She leans over him from behind as though he were a little boy and clips his fingernails into the newspaper he balances between his knees. Her white hair tickles his white hair. Her breath at his ear might be correcting his sons, disclosing the facts of life, recalling the other warm cheeks that have hesitated there. He is not demented or lazy or incapacitated. No, it is just that she enjoys clipping his fingernails and scattering them like seeds out of a rattling packet. Are they growing younger as I walk the length of the hedge? Look, the scissor ceremony is a way of making love. As an undergraduate, I read classics, and I maintained my amateur status as a classicist throughout. But when I was about 45, I rediscovered Homer, and Homer, in a way, allowed me to give voice to some powerful emotions that I might otherwise have been able to write about. I mean, for instance, the book Course Fires that Nuala mentioned contains a number of translations from Homer, which are in a way belated lamentations for my mother and father. And I was also able to say one or two things about the Troubles through the medium of Homer. I mean, these two great poems at the start of European literature. The Iliad especially, one of the greatest meditations on death. And but this poem I'll read is called Laertes, and it's about one of those strange reunions at the end of the Odyssey, where in this particular case Odysseus discovers his father labouring in the vineyards of his farm, and his father has been in mourning for nearly 20 years for his son Odysseus, whom he thinks is dead, and he doesn't recognize Odysseus, and Odysseus, for his own purposes, keeps his identity a secret for a while, and just gives the occasional clue, and gradually the penny drops, and the old man Laertes recognizes his long-lost son, realizes that he isn't dead, and faints, and Odysseus picks up his old body. And I wrote a poem out of that moment, which in a way is about me and my father. And it's about 30 lines long, it's all in one sentence, so I'll take a sip of water before I read it. Laertes. When he found Laertes alone on the tidy terrace, hoeing around a vine, disreputable in his gardening duds, patched and grubby, leather gaiters protecting his shins against brambles, gloves as well, and to cap it all, sure sign of his deep depression, a goatskin duncher. Odysseus sobbed in the shade of a pear tree for his father, so old and pathetic that all he wanted then and there was to kiss him and hug him and blurt out the whole story. But the whole story is one catalogue and then another. So he waited for images from that formal garden, evidence of a childhood spent traipsing after his father and asking for everything he saw. The 13 pear trees, 10 apple trees, 40 fig trees, the 50 rows of vines ripening at different times for a continuous supply, until Laertes recognized his son and, weak at the knees, dizzy, flung his arms around the neck of great Odysseus, who drew the old man fainting to his breast and held him there and cradled like driftwood the bones of his dwindling father. And in the Ghost Orchid, there's the thing about a great work of art like the Iliad or the Odyssey, that there are all these other much smaller works of art nestling inside them. You know, you think of all the paintings, all of the poems that derive from Homer's great masterpiece. And there's a scene which is often depicted in painting of Hector with his little baby son. And he's picked the baby up, and the child is frightened of his father's great horsehair helmet. He takes it off and plays with the baby. And that's all there is. That's all that people usually notice. But further on in the story, Hector prays that his son will be a great warrior. So here are two quatrains called The Helmet, and in this poem I've used some Northern Irish terms. We would refer to Mammy and Daddy. I suppose you would be Mom and Dad here. A wain is a child, a babby, a baby. So here's this rather grim poem, The Helmet. When shiny Hector reached out for his son, the wain squirmed and buried his head between his mother's breasts and howled, terrorized by his father, by flashing bronze and the nightmarish nodding of the horsehair crest. His daddy laughed, his mammy laughed, and his daddy took off the helmet and laid it on the ground to clean, then kissed the babby and dandled him in his arms and prayed that his son might grow up bloodier than him. And I suppose that is the kind of cycle we try to break out of in Ireland. There's a very nightmarish figure called Mad Dog Adair, who is a vicious Protestant paramilitary who was released on license and then put back in again, known as Mad Dog. And in a way, I was reminded of my poem when I learned it's an awful story that Mad Dog Adair calls his son Mad Pup. Now, Nuala was kind enough to mention a ceasefire in poem I wrote. This was conceived in the summer of '94, when there were rumours that there might be an IRA ceasefire. And I happened to be reading a passage in the Iliad, which made me think that if I could compress this passage into a sonnet, say, well, I didn't know it was going to be a sonnet, if somehow or other I could write a short, self-contained poem and, say, send it to the Irish Times, I might be able to make some tiny, minuscule battlements looking down at the battlefield below, the plain of Troy. And the great Greek hero, Achilles, has defeated his son Hector in the battle. And not only that, he's trailing the corpse of Hector after his chariot around the city of Troy. And old Priam can stand it no longer. So he plucks up courage and he goes to see the great general Achilles to beg for the body of his son and for time enough for a funeral. And it's a strangely modern moment. There's a shift of power away from the great king, from the great Achilles, to the old king. Old King Priam reminds Achilles of his own father, and all of the tendernesses, all of the gentler aspects of his personality, which Achilles has had to submerge in order to be a great general, rise to the surface. And when I wrote this poem, I was thinking of a man called Gordon Wilson, a draper from Enniskillen, who was grown up standing beside his daughter at the Remembrance Day service when the IRA nefariously let off a bomb. And he survived, and his daughter was killed. And Gordon Wilson came on the television when he was well enough to say that he forgave her murderers. And I kept his face to the front of my imagination. And then the poem was printed in the Irish Times 2 days after the IRA declared a ceasefire. And it made its occasion in public. Most of what I read, as you've heard, would make its occasion in private, one-to-one, me and whatever reader there might be out there. But this poem, the kind of public life, and it was quoted by the following Monday. I've heard by headmasters and headmistresses, by priests and politicians. And I mean, the fact that it appeals to politicians makes me wonder if there might be something wrong with it. But anyway, here it is. Ceasefire. Put in mind of his own father and moved to tears, Achilles took him by the hand and pushed the old king gently away. But Priam curled up at his feet and wept with him until their sadness filled the building. Taking Hector's corpse into his own hands, Achilles made sure it was washed and, for the old king's sake, laid out in uniform, ready for Priam to carry, wrapped like a present, home to Troy at daybreak. When they had eaten together, it pleased them both to stare at each other's beauty as lovers might. Achilles built like a god, Priam good-looking still and full of conversation, who earlier had sighed, I get down on my knees and do what must be done and kiss Achilles' hand, the killer of my son. And some months after that poem appeared, a man stopped me on the Lisburn Road where I live in Belfast, and he referred to it as my Achilles poem. And he said, I liked your Achilles poem, but I wasn't ready for it. And he told me about his son, who had been the victim of what is euphemistically known in Belfast as a punishment beating. So, in a way, in revenge on the symmetry of that poem, I wrote this, which is in the New asymmetrical, clunking poem as a kind of corollary to ceasefire. And it mentions some of the things that happened in my district, like our greengrocer was assassinated by the UDA, the Protestant paramilitaries, and looked after by a Methodist minister as a friend of mine, things like that. It's about 12 lines long, but I open it in a way that it's an optimistic poem. It's called All of These People. Who was it who suggested that the opposite of war is not so much peace as civilization? He knew our assassinated Catholic greengrocer who died at Christmas in the arms of our Methodist minister, and our ice cream man whose continuing requiem is the 21 flavors children have by heart. Our cobbler mends shoes for everybody. Our butcher blends into his best sausages, leeks, garlic, honey. Our corner shop sells everything from bread to kindling. Who can bring peace to people who are not civilized? All of these people, alive or dead, are civilized. And the Good Friday Agreement was kind of wonderful moment. I mean, it's on a knife edge at the moment, but my wife and I were at a little place in the Burren called Old Solid. I don't know, is that pronounced reasonably okay? At the Easter time when the Good Friday Agreement was signed, and I was looking at the snow that was still in the hills, feeling pessimistic. And one of the reasons we've gone there would be to see the lovely spring gentians, which are a shade of blue that's impossible to catch either in a painting or a photograph. They're one of God's miracles, these little flowers, which are quite rare, except in the Burren they grow everywhere. But at this time of the year, it was too cold for them. But my wife Edna, she spotted one little spring gentian. And I wrote a four-line poem where, you're not supposed to know this, but in my mind, the Good Friday Agreement, the sign of hope, is represented by that little spring gentian in the cold. And it's a four-line poem, so I'll follow it with a prayer, another four-line poem, which is a response to the dreadful things that were happening around about that time of churches being burned. So here we go. At Old Solid. While I was looking for Easter snow on the hills, you showed me, like a concentration of violets, or a fragment from some future unimagined sky, a single spring gentian shivering at our feet. A prayer. In our country, they are desecrating churches. May the rain that pours in pour into the font. Because no snowflake ever falls in the wrong place, may snow lie on the altar like an altar cloth. Now, you probably realize that my love poems are just as somber as my energies. So, I want to read, first of all, the title poem of this book, The Weather in Japan, and then another poem from it, two more from it. The title runs into the first line. The weather in Japan makes bead curtains of the rain, of the mist, a paper screen. And that's it. It's even shorter than a haiku. Now, to continue I want to continue the elegiac note for 2 more poems. And 1997, my wife and I visited the battlefields and cemeteries of northern France and southern Belgium, the Somme Valley. And I was in a way, I'd written a lot of poems about my father and about his experiences in the First World War. He joined up when he was about 15 and was a teenage soldier. He was, I mean, it's unbelievable. He was a captain in charge of a company by the time he was 20. By the time he was 10 years younger than my son, and he won the Military Cross. And in a way I'm haunted by him. So I was following in his footsteps through the Somme Valley. And as well as that, we tracked down in very remote little graveyards the graves of 3 poets whom we admire a great deal. My wife's a devotee of the portrait of Edward Thomas. We discovered Edward Thomas's grave, and at that time the Hale-Bopp comet was in the sky, so I dedicate the Hale-Bopp comet to Edward Thomas in the poem. The last stanza is about encountering Wilfred Owen's grave, the great war poet who died when he was just 24. And I put on his grave Celandine, the little spring flower, which was Wordsworth's favourite flower. And halfway through the poem's the longest I'm going to read this evening. It lasts about 50 lines. Halfway through, we're at the Canadian front line, where the Newfoundland memorial is a beautiful bay lamenting caribou surrounded by little beavers. And they've preserved the front line so that they've made it cement so you can go down into the underworld and imagine what it must have been like, hell on earth for so many millions of young men. And this was their first and their last trip abroad. And the poem begins in St. Quentin, where the cathedral is still recovering really from the 2 world wars. And yes, there was a grave, an area called Railway Hollow, named after the Northern English soldiers from Accrington who died there all in one day. And the Somme, of course, is very important in Northern Ireland, where the Ulster Division, about 4,000 men, were wiped out in just a few hours of the first day of the battle, the 1st of July, 1916. So here's this poem called The War Graves. The exhausted cathedral reaches nowhere near the sky, as though behind its buttresses wounded angels snooze in a halfway house of gargoyles, rainwater by the mouthful, broken wings among pigeons' wings. There will be no end to clearing up after the war, and only an imaginary harvest home where once the Germans drilled holes for dynamite, for field mice to smuggle seeds and sow them inside these columns. The headstones wipe out the horizon like a blizzard, and we can see no farther than the day they died, as though all of them died together on the same day, and the war was that single momentous explosion. Mothers and widows pruned these roses yesterday, it seems, planted Sweet William and mowed the lawn after consultations with the dead, heads meeting over this year's seed catalogues and packets of seeds. Around the shell holes, not one poppy has appeared, no symbolic flora, only the tiny whitish flower mine craters so vast, they are called after cities, violets thrive. As though strewn by each cataclysm to sweeten the atmosphere that conceal death's smell, with a perfume that vanishes as soon as it is found. At the Canadian front line, permanent sandbags and duckboards admit us to the underworld, and then with the beavers we surface for long enough to hear the huge lamentations of the wounded caribou. Old pals in the visitor's book at Railway Hollow have scribbled the severest spot. The lads did well. We came to remember. And the wood pigeons too call from the wood and all the way from Accrington. I don't know how Rifleman Parfitt, Corporal Lance, Private Costello of the Duke of Wellington's, Driver Chapman, Topping, Atkinson, Duckworth, Dorrell, Wood come to be written in my diary. For as high as we can reach, we touch read the names of the disappeared, and shut our eyes and listen to Finch's chitters and the blackbird's apprehensive cry, accompanying Charles Sorley's monumental sonnet. We describe the comet and Edward Thomas's grave, and because he was a fisherman, that headlong, motionless deflection looks like a fisherman's fly, 2 or 3 white after feathers overlapping. Geese on sentry duty, lambs, a clattering freight train, and a village graveyard encompass Wilfred Owen's allotment. And there we pick from a metal bed, 1 celandine each, the flower that outwits winter. And at the graves of Edward Thomas and Louis McNeice, not Louis McNeice, it's a Freudian slip, I've just been working. The graves of Edward Thomas and Wilfred Owen, my wife and I just wept. Somehow or other one didn't altogether believe that they were dead. I mean, Owen, as I say, was 24, and just to think, you know, the skull that had held the brain, that had produced the lines of poetry that one had by heart inside one's own head, and that there he was. And one of the few good things to come out of the wars really is the Imperial War Commission, the extraordinary sensitivity with which they managed these vast graveyards. And I remember my father, as well as the songs, also experienced the nightmare of Passchendaele. And he said that as bad as the men suffering and dying with the horses, and I never thought I'd be able to write about the horses in that nightmare. They were drowning in the mud. And I saw this in France, this wonderful war memorial that was of a French soldier holding in his arms the neck and head of a great dying horse. And I thought I would love to be able to do the equivalent. And lo and behold, I discovered in the Iliad a few lines which would allow me to write this short epitaph for the horses that died in battle. And it was the horses who go into mourning for Patroclus, the charioteer, who was Achilles' charioteer. And there's a corollary to the last long poem. Here's this short one. The horses. For all of the horses butchered on the battlefield, shell-shot, tripping up over their own intestines, drowning in the mud, the best war memorial is in Homer. 2 horses that refused to budge despite threats and sweet talk and the whistling whip. Immovable as a tombstone, their heads drooping in front of the streamlined, motionless chariot. Hot tears spilling from their eyelids onto the ground, because they are still in mourning for Patroclus, their charioteer. Their shiny manes bedraggled under the yoke pads on either side of the yoke. Nuala mentioned animals, and I do, in every book, try to have as kind of presiding spirits animals. And I read a poem about a rabbit. And this poem is set in Poland, where I did a little tour with a very brilliant poet from Belfast called Kieran Carson. And we were swaying in this train across Poland. And the carriage was shared with a very pretty girl and her boyfriend. And she took a rabbit out of a shoebox. And I had to lean forward to tickle the rabbit on its head. And it jumped from her lap onto her shoulders and mouthed at me. I don't know whether you remember, but in olden times, young women used to say 20 times in the morning in front of their rooms and prisons to improve the shape of their mouths. That's exactly what this rabbit was saying. And I was having all sorts of ideas for a poem at that time. Funny enough, poetry never happens that way, not because you can't decide this is a funny scene and perhaps I'll write a poem. If a poem is a bit like a mote in the eye, it's out there behind you, and if you focus too hard on it too soon, it'll disappear. And I was kept in my place by this rabbit, and I immediately thought of the girls' womb and the warren of the Warsaw sewers. Remember where the freedom fighters went before they were wiped out by the Nazis? And I put in my place in this poem. It's meant to be funny. And I also refer to Hasselpfeffer, which is the German dish made from rabbit or hare. I didn't think I'd write about it, but I was looking up Silesia, which was where we were journeying through, and definition 3 in the Oxford Dictionary says Silesian lettuce. And I thought, yeah, I'll tempt the rabbit into the poem with Silesian lettuce. And I mentioned the river Oder, and then, oh yes, towards the end of a very long day, Carson and I were drinking in a bar in the town of Łódź. The only two people in the bar, apart from ourselves and the barmaid, were two prostitutes. One of with an enormous cleavage. And Kieran, when he's had a few drinks, likes to sing Irish songs non-stop. So he was singing away to these two Polish prostitutes who, after about 1.5 hours, were looking at their watches, realizing that these two boys were very good business. And I have them in the poem. Well, you probably guessed, Kieran turns into the rabbit, and he sings the Groves of Blarney, and I have him sing something called She Walked Unaware, which is really a poem, but I wanted it to be a song that you could do that kind of thing in a poem. So here's the poem. It's 30 lines long, all in one sentence. The rabbit. I closed my eyes on a white horse pulling a plough in Poland, on a haystack built around a pole, and opened them when the young girl and her lover took out of a perforated cardboard shoebox, a grey rabbit, an agreeable shitty smell, turds like a broken rosary, the slow train rocking this dainty manger scene, so that I, with a priestly forefinger, tried to tickle the narrow brain space behind dewdrop eyes. And it bounced from her lap, and from her shoulder kept mouthing prunes and prisms, as if to warn that even with so little to say for itself, a silly rabbit could pick up like a scent trail my gynecological concept of the warren with its entrances and innermost chamber, or the heroic survival in Warsaw's sewers of just one bunny saved as a pet or meal, or its afterlife as Hassenpfeffer with cloves and bay leaves, onions, enough. And so it would make its getaway when next I doze, crossing the Oder, somewhere in Silesia, Silesian lettuce. Never to meet again, or so I thought, until in Wood, in the small hours, a fat, hilarious prostitute let that rabbit bop across her shoulders without tousling her hairdo, and to burrow under her chin and nuzzle her ear as though it were crooning the groves of Blarney, or she walked unaware. Then, in her cleavage, it crouched as in a ploughed furrow, ears laid flat, pretending to be a stone, safe from stoat and fox. And I'll draw to a close with a couple of new poems from a new folder. This often thing happens in Longley when one notices it more and more as you get older. You end up after about 5 years with a fat folder, which is changed into a slim volume, and you have to start building up again the fat folder. So I have a few new poems now. I want to read a couple before I close. And I was 60 a year ago, shall we say, and nobody wrote a poem for me. So I wrote a poem for myself. And the inspiration for this was two things. I like to drink tea, and the Chinese connoisseurs of tea say that the best water with which to make tea is snow water, melted snow. And the second thing was just to mark as names that the Chinese give their tea. I mentioned in the poem, for instance, Silver Needles tea, Clear Distance tea, Cloud Mist tea, and my favourite, Eyebrows of Longevity tea. This is four quatrains, 16 lines, called Snow Water. A fastidious brewer of tea, a tea connoisseur as well as a poet, I modestly request on my 60th birthday a gift of snow water, tea steam and ink stains. Single-mindedly I scald my teapot and measure out some Silver Needles tea, enough for a second seeping. Other favourites include Clear Distance and Eyebrows of Longevity, or from precarious mountain peaks, Cloud Mist tea, quite delectable, which competent monkeys harvest, filling their baskets with choice leaves, and bringing them down to where I wait with my crock of snow water. And an even shorter one. The notion behind this was the beech tree in our garden at home. And in the autumn, it has about 5 or 6 beautiful colours in it. And I thought that if, as one got older as a human being, instead of one's hair turning white, it became gaudier and gaudier and more punk-like. So by the time one was 80, one's hair was red, white, blue, and green, white, and orange. The little poem about growing older, it's about 6 lines long. It's called Leaves. Is this my final phase? Some of the poems depend peaceably like the brown leaves on a sheltered branch. Others are hanging on through the equinoctial gales to catch the westering sun's red detention. I'm thinking of the huge beech tree in our garden. I can imagine foliage on fire like that. I began with a love poem, so I'll end with this. It's about 10 lines long, and it's the only poem I've written this year. And it remembers the day I got married, and it was a very cold, blowy day at the end of December 1964. And at the end of December 2000, we had this wonderful, there was no wind, this wonderful deep fall of snow. And because there was no wind for several days, everything was covered, including the telegraph wires. And on that day, by a wonderful coincidence, I discovered the Vogue pattern, which had been the pattern for my wife's wedding dress. So, thank you for coming and for listening. I'll end with this, my most recent love poem. The pattern. 36 years to the day after our wedding, when a cold, figure-revealing wind blew against you and lifted your veil, I find in its fat envelope the 6-shilling Vogue pattern for your bride's dress, complicated instructions for stitching bodice and skirt, box pleats and hems, tissue paper outlines, semblances of skin which I nervously unfold and hold up in snow light. For snow has been falling on this windless day, and I glimpse your wedding dress and white shoes outside in the transformed garden, where the clothesline and every twig have been covered.
There are some books which Michael, I think, will sign if anyone wants to have a special present. Thank you. Bye.